Welcome to another episode of Big Lee's Corner. Alright, it's Wednesday, and I promised I would do a show every Wednesday. So I was debating on what I was going to review. So I went through some of my old 8x10s from wrestling shows, so I thought I'd display some of them. These are more of my recent ones, as of 2012, 2013, maybe even 2014. I don't remember how far back I'm going with these. But anyway, I got a shitload of them all the way since 2003. And on October 24th in Owensboro, Kentucky, World Wrestling All-Stars will have a show featuring the Jarretts, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Tommy Dreamer, Raven, and Tracy Smothers as special guests of their show. It's ran by the Waddell brothers, Chris Waddell, Ray Waddell. I'm assuming it's ran by them. I only been to one show back in 2013. Yeah, these 6 photos I got in my hand right now, I got from that night. So first of all, I'm going to display somebody most of you probably never heard of, unless you tune into TNA, or if you tune into every WCW Saturday night or WCW Worldwide, which was also a Saturday show, then you would know this guy. If not, here he is. This is Shark Boy. He used to wrestle for TNA. Now, do you notice he writes Shell Yeah, which I mark out for because we use that on Joey Logano these days, who is now driving the 22 Pennzoil Shells car. So I would like to, it'll be an honor. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say, but it'd be awesome if Joey Logano were to ever sponsor Shark Boy on his car, a Shell Yeah car, if you will. But anyway, this is about maybe the 4th or 5th time I met Shark Boy, who I met in New Era Wrestling in Shelbyville, Indiana, on maybe 4 or 5 occasions. I don't remember how many times we met there, but we met a lot. But anyway, the whole Shell Yeah thing was the fact he got beaten to death by a lot of wrestlers, and then he ended up on a kayfabe coma, which, by the way, also competing against WWE's ECW brand with Colin Delaney, a.k.a. Colin Olsen, who's getting beat up by wrestlers, and each of them always having new like arm swings or casts and things like that, getting injured more and more each week. But anyway, Shark Boy's case, he recovers from a coma doing a Stone Cold gimmick. Then instead of saying hell yeah, he said Shell Yeah, along with a few other C versions of Stone Cold gimmicks, like Stone Cold used to say that's the bottom line, Shark Boy says that's the fishing line, and you know, so on and so on. Anyway, Jake the Snake Roberts. Probably the only one that didn't ask for my name. But still, it was awesome to meet him. Anyway, here's a picture of him and with Randy Savage in the ropes. This one I want to save for last. I got more of a story about that one. The late... God damn it, I don't remember his real name right now. But anyway, the late Viscera, a.k.a. King Mabel, a.k.a. Mabel, a.k.a. Big Daddy V, which I hate saying that name, a.k.a. the world's largest love machine. But anyway, I was a fan of this guy. This is my favorite gimmick of him, so I definitely got a Viscera photo of him. Rest in peace, Viscera. It was an honor to meet you. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Now this guy was awesome as fuck. He even had a conversation with me asking me, do I like WWE more or TNA more, but I watch both of them. I watch any kind of wrestling I get my hands on, to be honest. But yeah, if you never met Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I recommend doing so. That guy is fucking awesome. Tatanka. I got no stories. Okay, 2 things I always wanted to do. 2 certain groups of people I always wanted to meet. One group is out of any member of the Hart family, because I've been a fan of all of the Harts. And another one, Omega. And I got to meet my first Omega star, the only one so far, but I got to meet Gregory Hurricane Helms, aka Shane Helms, Sugar Shane. Now, that's all for the WWA event, but there are more photos on display. But as I mentioned, I was wanted to meet a Hart family member. I got to meet the son of the late David Boy Smith, D.H. Smith, aka Harry Smith, at Vix Pro Wrestling sometime in late 2012. In November 2013, I got to meet Goldust, who was booked for Strictly Insane Pro Wrestling in Crossville, Indiana, a show I used to film for at the time. But anyway, due to the fact I was working for one of the enemy shows, the reason I'm not working for either one of them, the owner of Strictly Insane, Sam, told me he can't have his guys working for this other show, Evolution Pro Wrestling. So, at first I chose Evolution Pro, but then I just silently faded from both shows. I just walked away. And the last one, October 30th, 2012. I got to meet the franchise Shane Douglas at the Owensboro Coliseum for Coliseum Championship Wrestling Stairway to Hell, their monthly mega event. And even though this is the last of the ones from the last 3 years, I'm also going to show one from a long time ago. It's the exact same photo I got from the late Chris Candido back in December 2004 in IWA Mid-South in Vincennes, Indiana. So Bigelow is the only, out of the 3 wrestlers of the Triple Threat, Bigelow's the only one I'll never meet. But by any chance in hell I ever get to meet Francine, I might have her sign both of these. And also get a regular photo because I'm happy to support the veterans, even if we do have a fallout. But anyway, that's all for this episode of Big Lee's Corner. I'll try to have a nice day.